Not every monster hides in a fairy tale. Some walk roads, some fly, and some look exactly like someone you know. These are 3 real encounters with creatures that shouldn't exist. This is Roadside Tales. 1. The Beast of Bray Road, Wisconsin's werewolf. It started in the late 1980s in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, a quiet farming town with long stretches of rural roads and thick tree lines. People began reporting sightings of something stalking the roads at night. A creature hairy large walking on 2 legs. Not a bear, not a man. Something in between. Locals called it the Beast of Bray Road. One woman said she was driving along a country road when something leapt onto her trunk. She sped off terrified. Later, she found deep claw marks etched into the metal. Another man claimed he saw it crouched over a deer carcass eating. When his headlights hit it, it stood fully upright and glared. Then it ran into the cornfields. There were dozens of sightings. Children saw it. Farmers swore they heard it howling. One teenager said it chased his car. The descriptions were consistent: over 6 feet tall, broad shoulders, thick fur, glowing eyes. Some said it looked like a werewolf. Others compared it to Bigfoot, but leaner, faster, more predatory. Police reports were filed. A local newspaper ran a front-page story. Paranormal investigators descended on the town. But nothing concrete was ever captured. No video, no clear photos, no dead creature in a ditch. Still, the town remembers. And if you drive Bray Road late at night, you might see headlights flicker, or catch something moving just beyond the tree line. Whether it was an unknown animal, a supernatural entity, or something else entirely, no one ever found out. But whatever it was, it left fear behind. But strange creatures don't just stalk rural roads. In one small town, something descended from the sky. 2. The Van Meter Visitor, Iowa's Flying Terror, 1903. Van Meter, Iowa, a mining town barely lit by gas lamps and quiet streets. But for 5 nights in the fall of 1903, something disrupted the peace and the town never forgot. It began with a blinding light seen floating through the sky. People thought it was a prank until it landed on a rooftop. Witnesses described a towering creature nearly 9 feet tall with huge leathery wings like a bat. It gave off a terrible stench, and from its forehead, a beam of light. Citizens took up arms. One man fired a shotgun point blank. The creature didn't flinch. Another group spotted it entering an abandoned coal mine at the edge of town. For 5 consecutive nights, the town was under siege. The creature returned again and again, terrifying those who saw it. At one point, it was spotted with a second figure, suggesting it wasn't alone. Eventually, it disappeared into the mine and never emerged again. This wasn't just hearsay. The town's mayor, the local doctor, and several businessmen all filed reports. Newspapers covered the event. And for more than a century, people have wondered what exactly haunted Van Meter. Some say it was a cryptid, others claim it was a surviving pterosaur or something from another dimension. Whatever it was, it left behind no body, no bones, just stories, drawings, and a town still hesitant to talk about it. To this day, Van Meter holds an annual festival in its name, not to celebrate, but to remember. Because when an entire town sees the same impossible thing, you have to wonder, did it really happen? Or did it never stop? But what if the thing you fear doesn't crawl or fly? What if it looks exactly like someone you trust? Because the last story isn't just eerie, it's unsettling in a way that reaches deep into the question of what's real. 3. The Mount Shasta Mimic, Disappearances in the Trees. Mount Shasta, California, a towering volcanic mountain surrounded by dense national forest. It's a place of spiritual legends, UFO sightings, strange lights, ancient civilizations, and something darker. Over the years, dozens of people have vanished around Mount Shasta. Some are found, some are not. But a few who returned told stories that chill the blood. One case involved a 3-year-old boy who vanished for 5 hours. When he was found, he was calm, uninjured. But what he said stunned rescuers. He said he was taken by someone who looked like his grandma, but it wasn't her. This other grandma led him into a cave deep in the mountains where robots stood still like statues. He said she asked him to defecate on a piece of paper, then got angry when he refused. Another man disappeared for days. When he returned, he said he was taken into a glowing cavern by beings that looked human, but weren't. He described losing time hearing his own name whispered from the trees and watching a version of himself walking away. Park rangers and locals report strange activity in the area, voices calling from empty woods, lights that blink in impossible patterns, and shadows that move without sound. The Mount Shasta phenomena are now linked to the broader pattern known as Missing 411, a series of unexplained disappearances in U.S. national parks. What makes this story different isn't just the vanishings, it's the mimics. Entities that copy people, walk like them, talk like them, but aren't them. No claw marks, no footprints, just silence and memories that don't add up. Some researchers believe these beings may not be cryptids at all, but interdimensional entities that slip into our world through thin places. Others think they're part of a government experiment gone wrong. But most agree on one thing: they make you question what is real and who you can trust. Some cryptids leave tracks, some leave scars, but the ones that linger live in the questions. Thank you for watching Roadside Tales. If you made it to the end, you've seen the kind of stories that don't fit in books, stories people hesitate to tell. Subscribe for more encounters pulled from the edge of the unknown. We'll keep looking into the dark so you don't have to. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.